while we are living in this state of belief, faith, assurance of things hoped for, and a conviction of the invisible, needing a miracle. Let me give you 4 ways to be. 4 ways to behave, 4 ways to talk, 4 ways to think in your belief when you're interacting with a big God. 4 ways to be. Here are the 4 ways for you to be in your belief to a big God. First, be hopeful and confident in attitude. It all starts here. And decisions. When you're hopeful and you're confident, you're putting feet to your faith, my friends. Too often we aren't hopeful or confident. Be hopeful and confident in your motivation, your attitude, the way you think, and then let that feed your decisions, knowing that you serve and follow a miraculous God, my friends. This one idea of just being in action, speech, and the way you think will radically change how you address a problem, circumstances of life, curveballs, and in-laws, or whatever it happens to be. All right, so the first of the 4 ways to be hopeful and confident. Second, the second one, you don't like, I don't like. You knew this was coming, right? The second one for being in your faith toward a big God is to be patient and long-suffering in God's timing, God's timetable. While we are waiting, He's not wasting our times. While we are waiting, He's arranging things. He's setting the board up for everything to come through. He may have you waiting because He's trying to impact a whole group of people you don't even know about in the midst of your process. He's not left you waiting in a doctor's waiting room looking at old magazines while the doctor's on lunch. God is busy answering your prayer, fulfilling the miracle from a miraculous God in a much bigger way than you could expect. So be patient and long-suffering while you pray for that family member that is lost without Jesus Christ. Because God may be working out not only to save that person, but to save his entire circle of 45 people. And that's worth you and I being patient. Let's be patient and long-suffering as we pray for God to bring healing in the midst of a physical illness. Because God may be working in that person's life, in their spouse's life, in their children's life, in the nurses' and doctors' lives, while we are waiting. Let's be patient. The second way that we can be in faith, in belief to a big God is to be patient and long-suffering, even when we don't like it. Number 3, the third way that we can be is to be prayerful and communicative with God to receive strength, power, and encouragement. My friends, we need to pray. That's how we need to be. We need to be in prayer, praying to God, Lord, help me. Maybe the most powerful prayer there is. Lord, help me. And listening to what God has to say. And in the midst of that prayer, Lord, help me, and listening to what God has to say, God will do something beautiful. He'll give you strength. He'll give you power. He'll give you encouragement. A person who is long-suffering and doesn't have strength, power, and encouragement is somebody who is obsessed with the obstacle and isn't praying and listening to God. I see it all the time. And it's very hard to convince that person that they are, in fact, the problem. And they need to start praying and listening. So number 3, be prayerful. Speaking and listening. And then number 4. Number 4. The fourth way to be focused on God's character, not the obstacle or problem. We get obsessed with the obstacle and problem. We talk about it, we rally, we swirl that drain. It's all we can see, smell, experience. Instead, we take our eyes off the obstacle and put our eyes on who God is. And by putting our eyes on who God is, we've got our eyes on the solution. Then we can obsess on Him. Because our God is good. Our God is holy. Our God has integrity. So that when He says He's going to do something, He's going to do it. When He says He's going to show up, He's going to show up. Our God has the actual capacity to solve our problem. The people we gripe to don't. Our God is mighty. He's strong and powerful. Our God is a provider. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, God provides that shoulder. He meets the need we actually have instead of the need we want Him to meet. And then, remember, way to be, focusing on God's character, is God is victorious. He wins. He's already won the battle. So we are going to the victor asking for help. And it's a done deal, my friends. It's a done deal. And it's so easy to talk about, and it's so hard to do when we're in the trenches, having spent a month obsessed about the obstacle that we are facing. I know. I'm talking about myself as well.